if I may say so myself, the two best dressed men at the 21 Convention 2010, fresh off of his speech. Orlando, Owen. Orlando, how's it going?
Oh, very well, man. How you doing, man?
Good, good. Now, what do you think you're contributing to this event here?
Well, it's a personal mission. The whole event is called Taking a Bite Out of Feminism, but I think the problem is that people think that feminism is the enemy, or that even women are the enemy, even in the game of seduction. Mm-hmm. Now, the core unit, like if you take the atom, you have the male proton, you have the female electron, and a couple of neutrons somewhere in there. That's the core nuclear family, if you will, the nuclear unit of a society. If somebody's driving a mind virus to separate the male and the female, I think everybody loses. I think feminism has been one of the things that's been cheating women, but that's not the problem. The problem is that men are really allowed themselves to have that mind virus seep in them, and it's driving a wedge between the most basic building blocks of the fabric of any civilization, of humanity. I mean, if men and women are each other's throats and not feeling, on the other hand, the male-female polarity, now where's this going to go? And my mission is to have men, my real mission, my contribution, as I've seen it in hundreds of people over the last few years, is that they're saying, look, you know, I'm a man, I'm proud to be a man. Not as a dumbass, not as a jackass, but I'm just feeling comfortable in my skin, being a man, standing proud, standing tall, contributing my gift to the world, as David Data would say, and really making the world a better place for everyone.
Well, what would you have to say about the diversity of different types of speakers here?
Well, that's part of the thing. I think there is no one size fits all, and people are so very different. Like my game, if you will, is much more subtle and mysterious. I'm more leaning back and attracting women toward me. Somebody else is like completely animated and does that kind of
I don't know any of those guys.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know any of these guys. But I mean, it's like, know who you are, know what you're after, what's really good for you, know yourself. And then you will be able to attract on the outside what you want. And that's really what it is, feeling deserving of that, and feeling like, how can you feel deserving of women in your life if you don't feel like comfortable as a man in your skin? And you don't feel like you're doing something beyond being a douchebag. You know, it's like pickup has been teaching a lot of guys how to be even bigger douchebags. And I think the seduction, to be a man who's in his power, will be such a natural seducer that women actually will love it. Women love being seduced, they just hate being picked up.
Yeah. Well, would you say you endorse the 21 Convention?
Oh God, yeah, this is one of the things. I mean, if I think about, here's a guy who's 21 years old, who's done several conventions, and what a role model for other guys. I mean, if he's done more at 21 years old than most guys will do all their lives, being in some cushy job or whatever. Here's a guy who lives his vision and purpose. And if I can give one message to guys, what's the fastest and the best way to be a man, aside from reclaiming your nuts, as it were, is finding something that you're so passionate about that you got something going on in your life, and that alone will help you. You don't need a college degree to get there. Doesn't necessarily, it's not a prerequisite, but just really getting something that you're so passionate about that you're just vibrating that out to the world, and that will be so attractive to everyone else. You will convince by your presence, and that's my contribution. That's what I want people to feel and exude and completely just live.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm better. Man. I'm better now than when I was 3 minutes ago. Thanks for chatting with us. And here we are, 21 Convention, Orlando, 2010.